Hello, land seeker. If you're looking for land, 51 properties in 11 states. That's what we have on this video. I'm Scott from landmodo.com, and this channel is about helping you to make your land ownership dreams a reality today, so you don't have to put them off for yet another day. Now, all of the properties that you see on this video today are all going to have owner financing. We have 51 properties in 11 states, all with owner financing. What does that mean? It means that the seller will sell you the land and also finance it. So without further ado, let's just jump right in to our first of 11 states. Right now, we're going off to the state of Arkansas. Here we are in Ozark County, Arkansas. Look, we're in the Ozarks here. Come on, talk about relaxation. The Ozarks. How can we go wrong there? And what you'll find in Arkansas is a lot of affordable land. I'm telling you, someone in the comments last week said, I looked and there's a house across the street, but not next to you, and I want to be remote. Okay, you're going to have some homes around you in the Ozarks here. It's not wide open space, but it's also not fully developed. It's not like you're living on top of somebody else. So, that said, here we have a 0.46 acre property. The cash price on this one is $6,200. Notice the down payment, zero down, and then $124 a month for 50 months. A lot of times people will also say to me, hey, Scott, what about the taxes? Someone even said in the comments, what about the taxes? Why don't you cover the taxes? Well, I can't cover the taxes on every single property. You got to go look at the property to see the taxes. They should be on there. But just to put this into perspective, a property like the one that you're seeing here, this 0.46 acre property, this one is probably the taxes are about $20 to $30. I could be wrong, it's my estimate, but $20 to $30 a year. Not per month, a year. Okay, so that's what you're gonna have. You're gonna have affordable living, affordable taxes. I think in this area too, there might be another local tax that's about $100 a year, I think. I'm not so sure. You got to check the math on that one. But that's where your research is going to come in. But talk about, even if it was $120 a year, that's $10 a month, okay? Extremely affordable. Now, there's multiple ways you can learn more about these properties. You can scan the QR code that you see on the screen right over there. Yeah, it's over there. Or you can type in the short code at elmodo.ws/307824 to learn more. All right, we are moving on. If my little mouser thing will work, there we go. Here we are again in Ozark County, and here we have a 0.57 acre property. So almost, over half an acre, $6,480 with $135 down and $135 a month for 47 months. Learn more about this one with property number 312757. Izzard, a third of an acre, $2,200. That's not the down payment. That's not the monthly payment. That is the cost of the land, $2,200 with $99 down and $99 a month for 29 months. You can learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/291818. Jefferson County, Arkansas. This is Matt. Matt has a property on here every single week. Notice he's got it discounted. It was $19.99 for the property. Now it's $14.99 cash price, by the way. That's the cash price. Or it's $74 down and $74 a month for 36 months. Now, Matt's showing you some different pricing options here. He can do 180 days, same as cash, so you're only paying $214 a month for 6 months. Okay, this is a quarter acre, great pricing, affordability. Learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/312065. Sharp County, Arkansas, right there next to Izzard. Right there up in the northeastern side of Arkansas, a third of an acre, $1,472. Yep, $1,472 or $50 down and $79 a month for 18 months. Affordability. I'm telling you, the Ozarks, You want affordable land? You got it right here. This is great for bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 4. Some of you are like, oh, what is those buckets again? Simple. Bucket 1 is land that you can start to move on to today and homestead. It's got the infrastructure there. You're ready to go. Unless you're going to be off the grid, that could also be bucket 1. Bucket 2 is you're thinking about the future. What do you want to do with the land in the future? So bucket 2 is like, hey, I might build a home on this property in the future. Cool, you're a planner, you're planning out. Awesome. Bucket 3 is recreational. We're going to camp, we're going to fish, we're going to use this as our base camp. Not these. No, these are not bucket 3 friendly. Bucket 4 is you understand that every property in this country is owned by someone. Why not you? And you also understand that land will continue to go up in value over time. It always has. It always will. And you know what there is not on land? Tariffs, baby. There's no tariffs on land. Land is a great storage of wealth. So if you're a bucket 4 investor, it means you're looking at the long term. You're like, you know what? I want to buy up as many of these as I can to hold them long term. That's bucket 4. So in this case, what we're looking at here is bucket 1, 2, and 4. This is a great property for those buckets. Learn more about this one at property number 312448. Ozark County. I really don't know what's going on in my system. It should sort it by county, but it's not. I got to look into that. Note to self. Here we have a 0.45 acre property, cash price $2,300 with $100 down and $55 a month for 48 months. This is property number 312588. Changing states now, heading over to Arizona. And out in Arizona, we have Apache County, Arizona, we have a 1 acre property. Larger land, larger spaces in Arizona, 1 acre, $64.95 with $299 down and $139 a month for 60 months. Learn more about this one by going to property number 312616. Okay, let's see. 1 acre in Apache, also in Apache, 1 acre, $75.40 with $100 down and $124 a month for 60 months. You can learn more about this one by going to property number 312802. Cochise, Arizona. Smaller. This one's smaller because it's in a community. It's a buildable lot. Bucket 1, 2, and 4 are at play here. $3,000 is the cash price with $150 down and then $47 a month for 60 months. You can learn more about this one by going to property number 312321. Mojave, Arizona. Where's Mojave? Well, it's located, here's Vegas. It's located about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on where in the county you are, from Vegas. So you're not too far from Vegas. 2.5 acres. Check out this picture, though. Isn't this cool? Look, you have a rough trail going out to the property, so you're off the grid here. You know that. Bucket 1 is going to be off the grid. Bucket 2 is probably going to be off the grid too. Why? Because they're not going to put in infrastructure between now and the next 3 to 5 years. You have to do that. Bucket 3, yeah, this is a recreational lot. Sure it is. Okay. Bucket 4, absolutely. Why? Because you're taking an ownership in land. 2.5 acres, $7,800 with $145 down and $145 a month for 61 months. But notice the headline up there. It says countless BLM exploration. What is BLM? Well, BLM is Bureau of Land Management. That means it's government land. That means that when you're around the government land, well, you can have access to that land. You can drive on that land. You can camp on that land. You can explore that land. And typically out in the West, there are large swatches of land, 640 acres, or it could be 40 acres, depending on how it's broken out. Typically, it's about the 640 acre blocks out there. But BLM land means that there's no neighbors around you on that land. So you have free access to explore it and treat it like it's your own backyard. Your own backyard, 640 acres. Okay, so you have all this land around you. So you have a 2.5 acre property here. Again, property number is 312693. Navajo, Arizona. Here we have a 2.5 acre property. Camping, outdoor activities, off the grid living, bucket 1, 2, and 3, and 4. All of the buckets here. Cash price is $59.99 with $249 down and then $249 a month for 36 months. You can learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/312363. Navajo, 2.55 acres, $6,200 with $150 down and $150 a month for 60 months. You can learn more about this one at property number 312558. Changing states now and heading over to Kern County, California. Southern California, SoCal, baby. $16,089 is the cash price. Notice the power poles there. Notice the street view. This is a property street view. Like there's homes there, right? Like this is something that you want to buy to build a home on or as an investment. Bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 4. You're not going to camp and have recreational purposes on this one. Okay, $249 down, $249 a month for 60 months. Get the details. Go to elmodo.ws/289429. Now we're going to go to Northern California, up to Modoc County, and here we have a 1-acre property. The cash price is $8,500 with $300 down and $190 a month for 60 months. This area is absolutely beautiful. If you watch this channel at all, ever, you know I talk about this area all the time. It's remote, it's quiet, it's affordable. Come on, we're talking about buying a 1-acre property in California for $8,500. $8,500, that's the cash price. So yeah, it's a beautiful area, forested, you got trees. Someone in the comments last week said, I need trees. You got lots of trees here, trust me. You can learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/312165. Changing states, and before we start to get into this one, I want to talk to you about Costilla. Okay, let me go back here. Before I get into all these Costilla properties, and we have a number of them, we have a Costilla County buyer's guide that's going to be coming out. I think it's like 40-something pages of resources to help you if you're looking for land in Costilla. If that is you, and I'm going to remind you at the end too, but if that is you, in the comments, put Costilla Buyer's Guide. When it comes out next week, we will send you a link, okay? We will send you a link when it comes out if you put Costilla Buyer's Guide in the comments. That way we'll go back to you once it's done. I was hoping to have it done before this video was ready, but it's not done. It will be done next week. Okay, so again, if you want that buyer's guide, no problem. And we're going to talk about all of the resources that you need to understand this area. It's a 5-acre property. Most of the properties in this area are 5 acres or some multiple of 5. Here we have a 5-acre property, $6,500 with $200 down and then $122 a month for 60 months. You can learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/306936. Okay, Costilla, 4.95 acres. You're probably sitting there going, I thought you said there were multiples of 5. Well, we're going to round, right? It's not exact. It's rounding. We can round. $7,500. I like how they rounded that cash price to a whole number instead of giving me some weird number to like rattle off. And then $199 down, $169 a month for 60 months. You can learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/312170. 5 acres, cash price on this one, $8,650 with $199 down and $169 a month for 60 months. Is this the same? Yeah, that's weird, right? It's the exact same monthly payment and the down payment. Wow. Talk about price equivalency. There you go. Learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/312434. Costilla, another 5-acre property. 5 acres, $7,500 with $200 down and then $160 a month for 60 months. You can learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/309169. Costilla, 4.8 acres. We're going to round to 5. $69.75 with $75 down and $115 a month for 60 months. This is property number 312091. I wanted to point out to you, like, here's this random beautiful view. Cheap off-the-grid city escape is what it says up there. So we're dealing with 5 acres. We're talking about rural land, off-the-grid, bucket 1, 2, and 4. 3, bucket 3, but there's rules in Costilla, camping rules in terms of you can be on there for 2 weeks, every 90 days, or some equivalent of that. You got to get the details. It will be in the buyer's guide. It will be in the buyer's guide. I know it's in there because I read it. But I want you to notice that the truck that's out there, okay, like, can you imagine, just for a second, just Wayne's World, one of my favorite movies. They go, okay, imagine for a second, you drive this car, you drive your car out there, and this is what you have. Just this. This is what it's going to sound like out there. There's no horns honking. It's just quietness. And then look at this for a minute. Look at that view. This could be you standing on the property, looking out over the land. Just imagine you have a red truck out there on the road. Look at that view. I'm from Florida. I've grown up in Florida. I've lived my entire life in Florida. I've never lived in another state. Okay? In Florida, the Floridian Sea Mountains, like that in the view, and they're like, oh my gosh, look at the mountains. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. See, you got to understand something. The only mountain that we have in Florida is Space Mountain at Disney World. So when we see these mountains like this, we're like, yes, give me some of that. Also in Florida, because we're from Florida, when we say give us that, and then it gets cold, we're like below 70 degrees, we're putting on jackets and ski caps below 70 degrees. So we see it and then we're like, how do we get back to the warmth? It's beautiful, right? Just imagine that. And this is all available to you for $69.75 or $75 a month and $75 down and $115 a month. Learn more about it at property number 312091. Costilla, yet another 5-acre property. Told you they're going to be 5 acres, $74.99. $155 down, $153 a month for 48 months. This is property number 312556. One of the things that people will often ask me is they will say, Scott, when you go through Costilla, for example, on this video, and there's a lot of these properties available, how do you even choose? Like, do I go look at them all? Yes, go look at them all, okay? Read what they have to say, learn about the area, learn and see if it's a good fit for you and your family and your goals and your dreams and your desires, all of that good stuff. Absolutely, go do that. And then I think you have to understand where in the county this comes into. Is it where you want to be? Do some research. Maybe go out there. You don't have to go out there in advance. And you're like, hey, I don't want to go out there. I want to be that bucket 4 guy, just buy up all the land. Okay, that too. Then you can't go wrong with any of these. You can't go wrong with any video. If you're bucket 4, any property you can't go wrong with any of the properties on this video. So that's how you choose. Is you got to do a little bit more research and go see who you like. Maybe you don't like dealing with somebody. Maybe you send out an email to them through Land Moto and they don't respond back to you for some reason. Maybe they don't get it. I don't know. Go check them out. These are all good people, though. All right, here we have another 5-acre property. Okay, this one I'm going to have a hard time rounding up to 5. This one's a 4.27 acres. I have a hard time rounding that one up to 5. $8,500 with $169 down and $169 a month for 70 months. Learn more about this one by going to elmoto.ws/310223. Costilla, 4.95 acres. I'm back in the rounding game, baby. $6,500 with $250 down and $170 a month for 65 months. You can learn more about this one by going to elmoto.ws/312774. Costilla, another 5 acres. Base camp. Yeah, see this thing that says base camp with easy access? I talked to the land seller on this property just last week. Just last week, he was telling me about this particular property. You want to go check this one out. Go check this one out. Of all of them, you want to go check them all out. You want to go check out this one too. 4.69 acres, I'm rounding it. $6,900 with $200 down and then $160 a month for 60 months. You can learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/309431. Costilla, 4 acres. Come on, Scott. I thought you said they were 5s. $69.97. Near the Rio Grande River, by the way. You're close by the river. Again, look at the view. There's mountains there. There's snow on the mountains. $500 down and then $189 a month for 48 months. Learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/312496. Another Costilla, 5.3 acres. Privacy and trees. It means you're up in the foothills, if not the mountains. Oh, I'm sorry, you're up in the foothills or the mountains. $8,900 with $400 down and then $235 a month for 60 months. This is property number 308963. Costilla, 5 acres. $5,000, $1,000 an acre. That's an important metric for some of you. With $99 down and $99 a month. There are only, in this video, there are only 2 Ben Franklin properties. A Ben Franklin property is when the down payment and the monthly payment are less than $100. Less than one of these things, okay? This is proof you can buy 5 acres for $1,000 per acre for less than one of these a month for 79 months. Learn more about this one by going to property number 121399. Costilla, 5.2 acres. Cash price, $79.95 with $199 down and $129 a month for 84 months. Learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/310998. Costilla, 5 acres, $9,100, $200 down, and then $197 a month for 72 months. This is property number 309936. Now, before we jump into the next state, which you already just saw, but before we jump in there, just a reminder, we have a Costilla County Buyer's Guide. If you are in the market or think you might be interested in Costilla County, in the comments, write Costilla County Buyer's Guide. My team, when it goes out, when this thing gets published, my team will go back in there and comment with the link so that you can get your buyer's guide. It's like 40 pages. It's free. It's 40 pages and it's detailed information of what the process looks like, etc. It's going to be a great resource for you. Again, it's free. So in the comments, put buyer's guide and we will get back to you within the next week. Okay? We will. Trust me, we will. And then after that, we'll just put the link in the description. So if you look, maybe it's in the description. All right, going back to my home state of Florida, here we have 3 adjoining lots. This is an important piece here. There's 3 adjoining lots together, and they comprise half an acre in Punta Gorda, which is in Charlotte County. Now, why is this important? 3 acres. Okay, so I'm sorry, 3 side-by-side properties totaling half an acre. The first reason I like these when they're side-by-side like this, and in this case you have 3, you're dealing with 3 individual buildable lots. So what that means is, unless you're ready to build today, I mean, maybe you are ready to build today, well, now you have a half acre. That's a lot of land in this area when most of the properties are like 0.7 or 0.17 or 0.12. No, 0.17 or 0.2. So they're like a fifth of an acre. That's what most of these are. Now all of a sudden you got 3 together, they're there. So if you're ready to build, you now have half an acre. That's not bad. That's a good deal. Remember, one of these normally sells for like $18,000. In fact, we may see, we're not going to see, we may see, you will see that on other videos, these properties routinely sell for like that $18,000 price point. So 18 times 3 is more than $55,000. That's for sure. That's the asking price. Number 2, so if you're ready to build now, you have a larger lot. Number 2, if you're not ready to build today, and you're like, hey, I just want to make that investment, I'm going to go buy it. You're buying 3 lots side by side. So maybe you're like, hey, in the future, you're like, hey, I do want to build. Well, do you really want to build on a half an acre or do you want to build on the fifth of an acre? See, now you have options. And let's say you build on the fifth of an acre. That means you have 2 extra lots. You could build on the middle of it keep your house contained to that footprint, but yet you own the properties on each side. Maybe you want to create like your own nice buffer between you and the neighbors. That's possible too. Maybe in the future, you're like, hey, you know what? I'm okay with the neighbors. Like, I just want to sell this for money because the prices have gone up. You still have two properties, one on each side of you, in that case, that you can sell. I've had people do that, and they tell me, I got my land for free because I sold the adjoining acres. So that's why I like these things, okay, when they're side by side. Half an acre, $55,500 with $1,500 down, and then $869 a month for 84 months. Property number is 306236, Highlands County, Florida, another half-acre property here. This one is near the Sebring Raceway. I'm laughing because if you watched this video last week, you saw I went off and said, this is not near Sebring. Well, I think we found it. You found it. That's what it said. I finally found it. Half acre, $17,325 with $275 down and $275 a month for 72 months. Learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/269339. Highlands, quarter acre, okay? Quarter acre, $14,475 with $300 down and then $225 a month for 63 months. Learn more about this one by going to property number 306313. Jackson County, Florida, northern part of Florida in the Panhandle up there. Guess what? You have a 1.15 acre property, nice and big. $12,500 with $599 down and $244 a month for 72 months. Learn more about this one by going to property number 312724. Marion County, this is Ocala. We have a quarter acre lot. It's kind of a fifth of an acre, but I see what they're doing there. Quarter acre lot, $299 down, $299 a month for 84 months. Cash price on this one is, we already talked about that, but the property number is 312783. Putnam County, Florida. That's between St. Augustine and Gainesville, right there in the middle. Mobile home ready lot, meaning that it's zoned for mobile homes. You can put a mobile home on here if you wanted to. Today or in the future, bucket 1, 2, or 4. $7,000 is the cash price with $530 down and then $107 a month for 72 months. Learn more about this one by going to property number 312804. Putnam, quarter acre lot, $9,250 with power, P-O-W-E-R. We have power. We got power to you, going right to you. Okay. Property number is 312853 with $350 down and $225 a month for 42 months. Check it out. All right, here we go. Putnam County, quarter acre, half acre lot, $25,200 with $250 down and $250 a month for 100 months. Property number is 307546. Sarasota, yeah, check this one out. You can build a smaller home on this property. It needs to be built and approved by the city, etc. But we have a quarter acre lot, $18,995 with $800 down and then $319 a month for 72 months. Learn more about this one by going to property number 311695. Let's see, Washington, Florida, that's northern Panhandle up near Panama City. We have a quarter acre, $11,000 is the cash price, $300 down and then $260 a month for 60 months. You can learn more about this one by going to property number 312405. Valencia, New Mexico. Here we have a half acre lot in Valencia, another cheap, affordable property, $18.99. Yep, $18.99 with $79 down and $79 a month for 28 months. Yeah, that's $18.99 is the entire cash price of the property. Bucket 1, 2, 3, or 4. There you go. Property number is 304069. Elko, Nevada. Elko, there's nobody out there. 10 acres. Yeah, $18,200 with $250 down and $250 a month for 72 months. Property number is 312571. Klamath, Oregon. We just changed states twice. It's like flying over fast. 5 acres, $30,900 with $799 down and $350 a month for 86 months. Property number is 309700. Here we have another quarter acre. Okay, it's a third of an acre. It's almost a fourth of an acre. $18,984. Those numbers, man. With $350 down and $350 a month for 54 months. Property number here is 308332. 1.4 acres, also in Klamath, $89.50 with zero down. Zero down, guys. And $179 a month for 72 months. Property number is 310198. Klamath, 9.6 acres. Man, we have a lot of properties in Klamath today. $23,715 with $199 down and $279 a month for 100 months. This is property number 312840. I want to pause here for a second. Here we have a $23,000 property. It's 10 acres. It's beautiful. I'll share it again in a second. It's beautiful. Okay, so we have 10 acres of just you. That's a lot of land. $23,000. And I talk about this on almost every video, but it has to be repeated. And that is, because we're dealing with owner financing and we don't need the bank, then we also don't have to worry about the credit that goes along with that, and we don't also have to deal with the bank terms. The bank terms I'm talking about in this case is the fact that when you do a mortgage, which the only loan that you can get on real estate is a mortgage, banks do not create mortgages for less than $50,000 to $75,000. And so when they do that, first of all, they're going to tell you we don't do $23,000 loans. We'd love to, but we don't do them. Not on real estate. You could do a signature loan maybe. But even if you did that, even if the bank said, yes, we'll do it for you, they're going to want 20% down. Well, 10% of $23,000 is $2,300. We double that, it's $4,600. So the bank's going to say, we'll finance it for you in our hypothetical, but you need to put down $4,600. This seller is saying, I don't need the $4,600. It's $199 down and then $279 a month for 100 months. Talk about affordability. This is why I get so excited about these videos and bring them to you, because this is the power. This is how you can take control and create that land ownership that you've always dreamed of right here. This is property number 312840. This county, I don't know how to say this county. Oconee. You guys are going to tell me. I do know this. This is Clemson. Clemson, South Carolina. You know the football team, Clemson? Yeah, this is near Clemson. It's a cul-de-sac property. Look at the picture. Come on. It's 0.59 acres. The cash price on this one, $34,900. This is not for like recreational. We're not putting a tiny home in here. This is something we're going to build on in the future, bucket 1, 2, or 4, because they don't make land anymore. Nobody does. Okay, volcanoes. $454 a month for 120 months. Property number is 271562. This one right here, I'm going to spend some time on it because I think it's important. 5 acres. This is unrestricted land. This is in an area called Hurricane Creek. I've talked about Hurricane Creek on this channel before. It's one of my favorite areas. It's beautiful. 5 acres, they're unrestricted properties. When we talk about unrestricted land, what we're saying is that there's not the same building and zoning requirements that you would have in other areas. So you don't have to go and ask for permission to get a building permit to do whatever. There's no deed restrictions. It's truly unrestricted. You can build what you want to on the property as long as it's safe and stable. Okay? Now, it's $8,000 an acre. So a 5-acre property is $40,000. But you can get financing. $1,000 down and like $459 a month for 180 months. This is another great example of if you went to the bank would say, well, you got to put down $8,000. Not the seller. They're asking for $1,000 down. Learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/300567. I'm telling you, these things are beautiful. Learn more about it. All right, El Paso, Texas. Here we have a 1/2 acre property. $8,000, zero down, big zero down, $173 a month for 56 months. Property number is 31 1658. Franklin, Tennessee. This is just outside of the Dallas area. Franklin, Tennessee, $11,500 is the asking price. $99 down and then $190 a month for 60 months. Learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/312477. Another property in Franklin, Tennessee. Okay, here we go. Franklin County, 0.22 acres. Cash price on this one is $7,500 with $200 down and $200 a month for 46 months. Property number is 293717. Okay, we keep marching on. Hudspeth, Texas, 20-acre lot. These are unrestricted. I just talked about unrestricted land in Tennessee. 20-acre lot, cash price, $24,000 with $299 down and $348 a month for 120 months. Learn more about this one by going to elmodo.ws/310594. Polk, Texas, Lakeside, baby. There's a red dot in that picture, center of the screen, red dot. That represents where the property is. 0.07 acres, $6,500 with $199 down and $250 a month for 32 months. Property number is 307065. I hope you found a land connection on this video. If not, stay tuned. We have more. I'm going to take you here to another video where we talk about Tennessee. But remember, before you go, if you're interested in getting that Costilla County Buyer's Guide for free, in the comments, put Costilla County Buyer's Guide or some portion of that, the best you can do. Don't worry about exact spelling. We got you. Put it in the comments. We will send it to you once it comes out. We'll send you the link once it comes out, tell you where you can get it. Again, always enjoy spending time with you. Check out this video to keep your land buying experience going. And I'll see you. I'm going to see you over there.